Alright, here we are with our first round of token walkers. I actually like this hand. I can go and fetch Plains or Godless Shrine if I want, and then have just all of my mana all the time. We get to go Oath of Gideon into Sorin, which is sweet, because that means we're only 1+ activation away. Don't know what basic swap means. I guess we're going to go to 17 here, just to see what our opponent's up to, and on basic swamp, if it's something like 8 rack, we're just going to be discarding everything. I think I want to know that, and hopefully take away like his best discard spell. Like if he has Wrench Mine, I'm going to be really sad. So it's best to just put a stop to that. Okay, looks like Mono Black Devotion. Gatekeeper, yeah, Gatekeeper's really bad against us. Sign in Blood seems pretty good though. I think I just don't want him drawing cards. Our opponent did also mulligan twice, so we're just really good at Magic, I guess. It's also nice because we have the path for his Phyrexian Obliterator, which he's going to hit. And here we'll raise the alarm. Swing for 2 next turn. We get to choose between Oath of Gideon and Lingering Souls. I think I'm going to do... It doesn't actually matter because our next turn's going to be taken up by pathing his Phyrexian Obliterator anyway. So I think I'm going to lead off with Lingering Souls. Actually, I'm going to take that back. I'm going to lead off with Oath of Gideon because if Lingering Souls is taken out of our deck, taken out of our hand, we can still get some value out of it. Whereas Oath of Gideon, if we lose it, we just lose it. So also don't do what I do that second main phase. But our opponent's not up to anything nefarious, so yep, there's Obliterator. Normally would be pretty great here. Luckily, we're just have all the answers. He's going to make us sacrifice a creature, but I don't really care. We're just really far ahead at this point. We get to swing for 4 here. He's going to go to 14, and next turn, assuming he makes us sacrifice a creature, we'll get to swing for 10 next turn. I might only swing for 8 and leave some back. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have the mana to do Sorin plus. Welp. Alrighty. Man, that was awesome timing. I can't really be upset though. Like, okay, what do I do here? Think I'll flashback Lingering Souls. I don't know if there's a reason why not to. And if he... Like, I don't think he can attack here, even if he makes me sack a guy, because I just have 8 things. This is whenever a source deals damage, sacrifices that many permanents. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think I actually might just... If I swing for 6 here, I'll have to sacrifice... I'll sacrifice a soldier, but I'll keep the pressure on, and I'm going to get in for 5 and hit him to 7, which means if I hit any Anthem or Planeswalker off the top, I should be able to win. And if not, at least I'll be able to whittle him down super low. I could always sacrifice a land too. I don't actually need the lands. Like I have, because my hand is 2 lands. Alright, so I have to sacrifice a permanent. Yeah, I'm going to sacrifice Basic Swamp. And then play my Plains. And Windswept Heath can grab Godless Shrine or planes from my deck, so that's not a problem. And then I have still 7 tokens, so he'll go to 1 next turn. If he makes me sacrifice a creature, he'll go to 2, and I can sack tokens or lands. It doesn't really matter. And once again, if I draw any sort of yield, any sort of anthem effect, I just win next turn. Be a ground guy. I mean, might as well attack. Like, he's not winning otherwise. I think it's actually good that he did that. Not everyone would have in that position. And there we go. Okay. And that probably looks luckier than it actually is. We didn't see a single intangible virtue. We saw 1 Sorin. So 4 intangible virtues, an additional Sorin, and 2 Ajani Goldmanes, all of which would have done it. So not really the worst. Okay, what's good? So I want another removal spell for sure. Elspeth, this Elspeth is good. Elspeth Sun Champion is probably better than Elpeth Tirel right now. I think. I think I just need to get under him really well. I'm not sure what he brings in. Probably gonna take out. What do I want to take out? Probably gonna take out 1 Oath of Gideon. I want to take out the Midnight Haunting, but the flying is actually really relevant against him. And I don't know that the extra counter on our Planeswalkers is as good. I mean, the only 1+ for Sorin, like being able to Oath of Gideon, Sorin, plus Sorin, and then the very next turn, one-sided Abyss our opponent. So I think I'm going to cut 1 Oath of Gideon and just kind of have that be that. And if we do that, we should just stay ahead of our opponent. This hand does not let us do that at all, so we're going to be mulliganing. This I like much better. We need to hit 3rd land, but we have turn 1 Inquisition if he doesn't take it. And if he does take turn 1 Inquisition, we still have 2 token producers and a Sorin. So I'm fairly okay with this. And we get our Scry too, so we'll keep. Alright. Geez. I'd love to keep it on top, but I know we can't. We just need to hit our 3rd land. So we can't keep a Ajani Goldmane on top at all. Luckily, we have Windswept Teeth, which will be our turn 1 land to hopefully shuffle it back in. So he's going to Inquisition. I imagine he takes Inquisition. If he takes anything else, his hand just might not be very powerful and he doesn't care, but I imagine he just takes Inquisition here. Which means off the top we basically want 3rd land or any of our other discard spells. It was actually a very recent addition. Alright, we're just going to pass. I'm glad we drew the path and he wasn't able to take it. That was a fairly good draw. We still do need a 3rd land in our next 2 draw steps, but the Thoughtseize is a little unfortunate, but it's fine. He'll definitely take path here, I imagine. It's just very good against his deck. And luckily we still do have some unconditional removal left. No, he took Sorin. Okay, I mean, I'm not happy, I'm not sad. Luckily we still have 2 draw steps to try and hit a 3rd land. We did not, but we'll go ahead and Inquisition here. Alright, he has Bojuka Bog and Swamp, which is good to know because it means we don't want to fire off our Lingering Souls first. We want to do Oath of Gideon and then that. But the fact that he doesn't have anything going on is nice. It means if we miss our land drop now, yeah, we do. Which is unfortunate, but it's okay. We're just both not going to be doing anything. Unfortunately, I can't F6 to even save clock time because if he has... Yeah, he'll Bojuka Bog us now. If he has Phyrexian Obliterator, I kind of wanted to keep Path. Like if his last draws was Swamp, Phyrexian Obliterator. Lingering Souls isn't great. Because we're running so many Planeswalkers, we actually run more walkers than more lands than a normal tokens deck. But so I'm actually happy. This means at a minimum we get to flashback Lingering Souls next turn. Like Liliana is getting us more value than him at this point, which is kind of cool. I think, yeah. So we drew Raise the Alarm, which means we do get to have another 2-drop, but I think my play might actually be to... I don't think he's minusing. Okay, so he has Kalitas. We're going to spend a path on that. Alright, so he's going to make us sack a creature, which is fine. I guess it's reasonable to hold up Raise the Alarm and discard another. Alright, so we can Intangible Virtue to kill Liliana, and then our only problem is taking 3. I think that's a very good trade. Like 3 damage and 2 mana, so we can kill Liliana the Veil, and then we still have Lingering Souls and Raise the Alarm, 2 Path to Exiles, Oath of Gideon. And he's down to 1 card in hand. Like, I'm pretty sure this is a winning game for us. We're going to attack Liliana the Veil. Yep. I mean, technically we could block Kalitas, but I don't think that's where we want to be. We want him to waste as many cards as possible. The Thoughtseize is pretty good, but because of double path, I'm not sure what he'll take. It might be Oath of Gideon. It might be just path, so he doesn't have to fight through 2. And once again, since he only has 1 card in hand, I'm just gonna... I still hope to draw a land now. Jeez. Alright, well, I guess we're going to Thoughtseize our opponent just in case his last card is actually good. And it is. Fantastic. Alright, so now we'll path on his upkeep, I guess. Do it the right way. Alright, and on his upkeep, we'll path. Hopefully he doesn't draw something ridiculous. Alright, another Thoughtseize, which is fine because it does deal him a little bit of damage. He's going to take, like, he can only take token producers. Takes the Oath of Gideon, which makes sense. Now I'm probably just going to main phase Lingering Souls. I'm doing it now so I can F6 through combat, since he only has 1 card in hand, no cards in hand, so it doesn't matter. Alrighty. So I think he's on a 2-turn clock. Luckily everything I have is flyers at the moment. I'm going to Temple of Silence 1 to hit my land and then know what's on top, because it might change something. Do I keep Intangible Virtue? I think so. I don't know of 2 cards that get him out of Intangible Virtue and 2 additional tokens, since he already knows that he's going to be facing down 10 power, and he now could theoretically be facing down much more than that. 15 if mental math is right. Yep, that's it. So, there we have it. Fairly straightforward round 1. We're very good against other mid-rangey control decks. And that's just the deck getting it done. So I will see you next round.